सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धे भवतु मे सदा वसुदेवं सतं देवं तं सचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम् नमस्ते कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं Yes, can someone recollect anything that we saw last? So we form the link and move ahead. Yes, please. Anybody?
We were talking about knowledge being hidden, like the embryo is hidden in the amniotic sac.
Yes, yes. That is how knowledge is hidden by a disguise, isn't it? What is the disguise that is hiding knowledge?
Maya,
Okay, Maya, that concept has though not yet been introduced to us. We are all, I think, familiar with this term, Maya, a kind of an illusion. This illusion is created mostly, if you see here, by desires or anger and desires. They drive a person crazy. What we can say, when the mind, the intellect also can be taken for a ride. That is the problem. They are what we call the Nitya Vairis, eternal enemies, which are trying to destroy the knowledge that we possess or destroy the opportunity for receiving knowledge. That is why every spiritual path asks us to surrender our desires. They are always the path towards divinity begins with surrendering of desire, having control over one's temper, control over one's feelings, because they generally take a person away. So that was one point. Anything else? Yes, please.
He said that
The
there are four levels of consciousness,
Okay,
and
please.
the mind has great powers to help us control the senses. But logic and our thinking somehow dulls this, and we get
Yeah.
lost in the
So
pull of the
mind
senses.
is limited by its own logic and rationale, isn't it?
Mhm.
But mind is good for jumping over the traps of the lowest, which are senses, indriyas. So indriyani paranyahur indriyebhyaha. Higher than the indriyas is the mana. Manasastu parabuddhi. There is this buddhi, which is the awakened intelligence, which is said to be higher than the mind, where we have certain experiences. Certain experiences we saw of some psychic intuitions, some kind of um, what we call gut feeling, or other experiences which are maybe even metacognitive, which are little beyond our understanding also. And yet, that is not everything. Don't get carried away with the higher faculties also, because there is something higher than that. That is called very nicely Saha in Gita. Saha in the sense he in the sense the supreme divine. So the divine sits above everything in the order of precedence. So that must not be forgotten. The individual cannot just think that the individual is greater than the divine. That is again a trap of personal attachments of, we can say, desires. So, Anita ji is saying sloka number, we are yet to start the fourth adhyaya. Jay ji, you were saying something, sir?
yeah, so I think Krishna says that the first fight is the fight to not become a slave to our senses. So I think
Yes.
it's what you were saying.
Yes, Krishna says so beautifully in this. Tasmatvam indriyanu niyamya bharatarshava papmanam prajahihenam jnana vijnana nashanam. Or in the last one, he says, Jahi Shatru Mahabahu. This Shatru. This Kama Rupam Durasadam. So your first fight, Arjuna, is not the fight that you're going to take part in the outer world. Right now, it is the inner fight that you are fighting. That has to be won, because the fight, if you lose the fight on the inside, what's going to happen? Everything is lost. Everything is lost. And that is why the first thing, no matter how our opponent is, we must first internally be ready for it. That's what Krishna is probably telling us here. And remember this knowledge of the Supreme Self, meaning these are levels, these are faculties, these are experiences, all that is all right, but sitting well above all of these experiences, well above all the knowledge, well above all the rationale, well above all our thoughts, is the Supreme Divine. And Krishna says, this is the knowledge which can protect you. This is the knowledge which can protect you in this battle of the Indriyas, in the battle of desires. Hold on to the divine. That is enough. With this knowledge, Krishna says, destroy desire. Shwetari wants to add something. Yes, please.
Yeah. So that example that you gave now about going to a place for presentation and how the driver matters, that
Yes,
stayed, that lingered because yeah, having the divine as the Sarthi is like
yes.
so like foolproof.
It's actually quite easy in a way when the divine is the driver. The entire responsibility, it is like you have an experience. Just think about it. You're going on a journey and you have a very experienced driver. Will you worry about thoda left jana, thoda right jana? Turn, don't go this speed. You need to go faster. You need to go. These are all for novices. We have to advise, isn't it? But when the driver is an experienced one, all you have to do is probably chill and enjoy the journey. Maybe there might be speed breakers, there might be bumps, there might be a very difficult, perilous road, all that aside. Trust in the driver. We can actually go ahead. I think that's an interesting point. But we'll have to see if our Arjuna is trusting his Sarathi. We will see, because Krishna sees some sincerity in Arjuna's questions. He says, Acha, you want to know more? He says, I shall open the door. The Dwara of Jnana only he is opening. Fourth Adhyaya is the Adhyaya where Krishna opens the gates of knowledge for Arjuna. Let us see. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Krishna speaks. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha munirikshvaka ve. And his lordship Sri Krishna spoke, this way of yoga I first thought the sun, who then revealed to Manu, who was the first mortal one, and this knowledge to the first king Ikshvaku, Manu transferred. Thus, in this way, knowledge passed on from the first word. So Krishna says, this way of yoga I first thought the sun, who then revealed to Manu, who was the first mortal one. This knowledge to the first king Ikshvaku, Manu transferred. Thus, in this way, knowledge passed on from the first word. How do we comprehend what is Krishna saying? He says, the way of yoga, I thought to the sun only. Means what is the sun? Sun is, we consider, origin of everything. He says this knowledge of yoga has been passed on to the sun. And then he revealed to the first of the mortals, to Manu. And then to the first king, Ikshvaku, Manu has transferred. And this is how knowledge has passed on. Anybody, how do you deal with this kind of statement from Krishna?
Because sun spreads light, so that's why maybe I'm
Okay,
not.
so the symbolism of the sun becomes okay. So the physical sun is not just some randomly glowing, burning, or it is having say some kind of. We understand that there is a rhythm, there is a beauty, there is in this world also, isn't it? In the morning, the first rays of the sun and the day begins, all the birds start chirping. There's some system, some hidden wisdom. Maybe Payalji is saying it can be connected that Krishna has passed on this. So, but Kalaji wants to add something. Yes,
Yes,
please.
I would think some madman here saying some rubbish.
Okay, कुछ भी
Yeah.
बोल रहे हो.
Yeah.
Okay, Kalaji says, I think this is crazy. This is going beyond my logic. It is going beyond my mind. I don't believe this can work. Yes, Varataji, yes, you can say, but I think I didn't see or ask. So, Anitaji, I'm sorry, I'm not being partial. It's easier to see when the video feeds are on. So, yes, please, Anitaji, and then I'll come to Vanlataji. Yes, please.
So the way I saw it is this is तुमसे पहले भी था और तुमसे बाद भी रहेगा. You know, that sort like it was
Okay.
ages before you were there. It has passed on through the generations and it will keep passing on is what I thought it meant.
Okay, okay. Anitaji says this is some kind, it is kind of indicatory of a knowledge which is eternal, which will remain. It is before time, before the time of existence of Arjuna. So he must understand that this wisdom is there, which is something eternal. All right. Yes, Vanlataji. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just like Mother Earth is
Yes.
interested that the sun god should witness the
I am unable to hear you, ma'am. If you can louder or something, go closer to the mic, maybe.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Um, we're not able to hear you. Otherwise, you can probably type and we'll try to see what you say. So, yes, unless anybody wishes to add. So, this is something which is a little, as Kalaji says, a
Oh,
little crazy. How do we? Yes, Jayaji wants to add something. Yes, sir.
yeah, I mean, I don't think at this stage Arjuna does not know the divinity of Krishna, right? Because for the Rajasuya Yajna, which happened even before the exile, they made him they put him on the pedestal because I think Bhishma told them that he is the divine Lord. So I think this is
Yes,
not
yeah,
really
absolutely.
fully unknown
Okay,
territory for
to Arjuna.
Arjuna.
It's not totally unknown to Arjuna, is what Jayaji is saying. But there is one Marathi saying, Ati Parichayat Avagnya, meaning when you are too familiar, you kind of get ignorant because of familiarity. You don't really, God is like this. Yes, Vijay is saying something? Yes, sir?
Familiarity breeds contempt. There's a
Familiarity
saying
breeds
like
contempt. Yeah, so we do not know yet. But I think Jayaji says this much the idea because everybody's been talking good about Krishna. So divinity of Krishna is probably unquestionable because so many people whom Arjuna respects, Arjuna admires, whom Arjuna considers are noteworthy and like real examples. All of them have told something about greatness of Krishna, and now Krishna is sharing it to Arjuna. He's saying, "I taught this." In a way, if Arjuna is really confident and conscious, he's going to start feeling very blissful also, isn't it? Krishna is passing this on. Wow, my driver is not just an ordinary person. He's divine. I need not worry. Maybe, maybe. Let us see. Krishna goes on. He says, Evam parampara praptam. Evam rajarshayo viduhu. Sakale neha mahata yogo nashtaha parantapa. So let's look at the first line first. Evam parampara praptam. Imam rajarshayo viduhu. This tradition was upheld then by the regal sages, the Raja Rishis, and from sage to sage, it was conveyed in succession, meaning over so many generations, over so many years, this was passed on in succession. The same wisdom, it is coming directly undiluted. That is what Krishna is saying. Has anybody heard of this game called Chinese Whispers? Anybody can tell me something about the game? Yes.
Can you
It,
whisper? Oh, somebody else is
Yeah, okay. I think shall I start or anybody?
hey,
Yes,
it's
please.
okay.
so you
Yeah,
whisper
anybody, please.
into the ears of the person next to you, and they do it, and it goes on. But in the process, you lose the essence of what was whispered in the first.
Okay, so it's like you start whispering and almost like giving a guru mantra, you whisper something in the ear. But the word which is said in the first place, by the time it comes to the last person, it has got so much, what we can say, distorted. So there's something like a loss, isn't it? A loss taking place every time there is a passing on from one person to the other. That is the example of what we call transmission losses. We have that even in electricity. As you see, transmission takes place, even those lines, the electrical, everywhere. Some losses are natural. So something similar did it happen with the divine wisdom. There is this parampara. Of course, parampara is important. We must recognize it. But in this parampara, Krishna is saying very interestingly, Sakale neha mahati yogo nashta parantapa. Oh Arjuna, this knowledge that was passed on by the sages with the passage of time got lost in transmission. This was the issue. It get like it is many times in many akhadas it used to be there. The guru would say, I will teach all the methods of wrestling, but the one Tao will be that of the gurus. He says, I'll keep it safe because tomorrow if my own student goes against me in wrestling, I will have the upper hand. So one is protected. So this is interesting. Some may say that's a very good policy. But just imagine if every teacher does this. What is going to happen? What will happen? You say the one teacher knows 10 techniques, but he says, I'll keep one technique secret. He'll pass on 9. The next one will pass on 8. The next 7. It will keep going and it will ultimately get lost, isn't it? Well, something of this sort has happened. Of course, it was not meant to, it was not intentionally done, but it happens. Most of the time, I think we all know in our schools also, teacher would say something to one in the class. It would be understood differently by different people. And later on, the message only is somebody else will have absolutely different understanding. Because unless there is this beautiful, we can say a perfect sync, between reception and transmission, there is going to be a loss, which is natural. That is what Krishna is saying. I think we have a message from Manlataji. She's been able to share it. Yeah, Mother Earth is our first ancestor, so I believe the same way Sun God is a living witness, and Bhagavan Ji has told. Yeah, right. So exactly, that was for the beginning. But now this loss and transmission can happen, and that's what Krishna is saying. The knowledge of yoga also got lost. One of the reasons why we are all not fully connected with the highest principles, because it was not passed down to us, isn't it? In our childhood, we should have received it. For some reason, it was not, because that is the Kala. That is what has happened, is what Krishna says. But he's like, don't worry, Arjuna. He says in the next shloka, he says, Sa eva yam maya tedya yogaha proktaha puratanaha bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam yetaduttamam. The same knowledge that I had first taught, I shared with you to enlighten your thought. Since that same knowledge is like, don't worry, boss. I only gave that knowledge, right? I will give that to you again, he's saying. I mean, just let's, before we go to the translation of this shloka, just imagine how will you feel when Krishna says this to us? Just imagine ourselves in Arjuna's place. What is that feeling? He says, Patte, don't worry,
Blessed.
I'm going to tell you. Yes?
Blessed.
Blessed. Vijiji says blessed.
Blessed.
Anybody else? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Anybody else? Any other feeling would come in? We feel we are lucky, overwhelmed. So many such feelings can come, isn't it? But a question comes, why is Krishna sharing it? Karaji is saying something. Yes, please.
This morning you only found me to finger that would be.
What, Jay? Sorry?
I would think you didn't find anyone else this morning. I'm the only one that you have to.
Okay, so you are actually still on that same. I didn't like that illogical statement that you gave me, that you thought the sun. So, what do you think? Am I the only one? Okay, that is an interesting perspective Kalaji has shared. Okay, and why is Arjuna so, we can say, if at all we consider him lucky for this, and Krishna is, What is this in Arjuna that is making him so qualified to receive from Krishna? Definitely not his control of emotions, isn't it? He
He's
has no control at this moment. So, what is it that is making him? Shwetaji, yes,
he's
please.
a sincere person. So he's a sincere warrior. In his dealings, he's sincere. So probably that.
But can he question it? Despite his sincerity is not lost, isn't it? When he's questioning, or it gets lost?
Hmm. When
No.
you're sincere, you'll ask also, no?
Okay, so in sincerity, it is fine. It's in fact, Shwetaji says it's a sincere person will seek. Okay, that is one thing. He is sincere. So, is he too hyper intellectual? That is why Krishna is choosing him. So far, he has not displayed any such signs to us, isn't it? So, has he done some sudden big tapasya where he's probably standing on one leg or in Shirshasan for so much time and then Krishna says, I'm passing on? No, we don't see him at this moment doing great tapasyas also. Right now, it's just, we see, I think the one quality is we can say sincerity. And Krishna Arjuna relation, does anybody know something about it? Is it just now or is it something which has been there for a while between Krishna and Arjuna?
Very old friends, brother-in-law.
They're
Yes.
cousins
Okay.
of,
Yes, sir. Yes,
they're
Jayaji, I'll
cousins.
come to Saritaji next. Jayaji, you were saying something?
Yeah, old friend. I think first cousins Vasudeva and Kunti are brother and sister, and then the
Long
mother-in-law.
association. Long association. But is it just relation or it's a friendship? A kinship?
Friendship as well.
A kinship, isn't it? Yes, Vijayji, Saritaji, and then I'll come to Vijayji. Yes, please. Saritaji?
I was also saying the same that Kunti is Bhua of Krishna.
Okay, yes, but relatives are not always so much fun in life also, though we would want them to be. So that relation is not just because of blood relation there. Vijay is adding something?
I wanted to say that I don't think Krishna would select him just on the basis of having known him. He
Yes,
must
yes.
have.
So, but is he
Yeah.
afraid of Krishna? Is
No,
Arjuna? Well, a lot of
no,
people say, isn't it, we should be afraid of God. How many of us agree
no,
that we should be afraid of God?
no.
Kalaji says no. I think Vijayji also said no. Lots of yes, isn't it? I mean, we can be God loving without God fearing, isn't it? And
There is
If
no
he
Sanatana
has done
Dharma
wrong,
is yes.
if
Anjali ji is saying something? Yeah.
there is no fear in true love.
Oh, lovely. What a wonderful statement. There is no fear in true love. And yes, so the bhaya
Person fear
cannot
only
be.
person
Yes.
fear only when he or she has done some wrong.
Ah, so when you do wrong, you should be
Mm.
guilty and you should have fear. When you've not
Yes.
done
Then
any,
on
what is
then
wrong?
only you
What?
will feel, yeah,
Yes.
Bhagwan,
Yes.
God will
Yes.
God will
Yes.
do something
Yes.
wrong for me.
Absolutely. The relation between man and God should not be on the basis of guilt or
Yes.
any other lower emotions. If it is love and higher love, it is requiring no fear at all. My Guruji Ramliji had very beautifully shared his experience as a young man. He was always, he was born in 1947, and that time onwards, it was almost as if ingrained that respect has to come with fear. Children would not. Today's generation is going to ask 100,000 questions and absolutely disrespect the seniors without worry. But there was a time where, at least in Bharat, that no question would be asked. And there was extreme fear, and fear was equaled with respect in so many places. And this principle of being God-fearing, Bhagwan said, "Daro, be afraid of God." That was a principle that was ingrained in so many people's consciousness. And Amraji was also not very fully, it did not resonate, but he was not able to understand. And in the railway station, when he was a representative, one day while he was going, there would be stalls where people would bring books on carts. They used to sell it in the railway station. There he saw one book. So, Bhagwan Hamara Mitra. God is our friend. He got so surprised. What is this? So the first thing is, who has written this? He saw it. There was a yogi, but the yogi was a young man. He felt, oh, this looks like something interesting. Let me see what is he written. And he said that that day when he read the book throughout the train journey, from that day onwards, he said God became my friend. I decided I'm never going to fear God at all. Because the best relationships can occur only when there is no fear, there's complete confidence, there is trust. And Arjuna had a lot of trust in Krishna. Krishna would say, do this, he would quickly do it. He would say, we are going to the Swayamvar. He says, yes, let's go. Now we are going to take the bride. It's like, what? Okay, Krishna says, I do whatever he says. Because this I experienced so many times, Krishna and Arjuna have beautiful relations before also. It was a friendship which was making him eligible. That also is something, that is what here Krishna says, Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. You are my bhakta. You have love for me. You have love for me, and you are my friend. So Krishna says, I will give this to you. Is Krishna partial? No, isn't it? If we love Krishna and very sincerely, and
He
we make
also
him
loves.
our friend, will he not help us out? Will he not share the same thing? By that logic, yes. So fear is not required and it's not there in the Sanatan Dharma teaches us to be fearless, not filling ourselves with so many types of unnecessary fears. These are all distortions. These are the distortions that were somehow introduced over Kala. But ours is not a journey. It is a journey of fearlessness. They say only the brave ones can walk on the spiritual path. And here Krishna says here, the same knowledge that I had first thought, I shared with you to enlighten your thought. The king of secrets to you too I shall lend, for you are my devotee, my dear friend. Krishna says, see, my dear friend, my devotee, I am going to lend it to you. It almost gives goosebumps to so many people. Wow, Krishna is sharing this. It gives goosebumps to everybody else except Arjuna because Arjuna's statement is he is not going to give any respect to these words. Almost instantaneously, he is going to ask. Let us see what he says. Arjuna Uvacha Aparam Bhavato Janma Param Janma Vivasvataha Katham Etat Vijaniyam Tvamadav Proktavaniti. He says, look at the question. I think Karaji would resonate with this question very much. Arjuna questioned, the sun god was the first amongst the living. Even before your birth was the sun's beginning. How is it that I can comprehend what you say? That you instructed the sun on the first day? So it's like every time Krishna puts faith in Arjuna and says something, he is there to counter it completely. Look at the statement again. He says, the sun god was the first amongst the living. Even before your birth was the sun's beginning. How is it that I can comprehend what you say? That you instructed the sun on the first day. Simple one line. He's not bothered about the other verses. He said, basic hi galat hai. Guru, you have told me this that you have taught the sun. How is this logical? Just because I said you are guru, I will listen to anything? No, not at all. He says, how can it be logical? You were born in sunlight and you are telling me we have celebrated your birth. Then Janmashtami, yes, all that is understandable. But how did you have a time machine? What do you expect me to believe this? So he's not caring that the fact that Krishna says you love me, so I'm now sharing your dear one. I'm sharing you that high wisdom which even the Raja Rishis could not contain or did not. He's like, no, boss, I don't get it. Tell me the answer. What is this? I don't think Krishna will get angry because there is no, he understands it very much. And that is what is, and there is another freedom there in our Sanatana Dharma, freedom to question. Questions are not considered as disrespect at all. Let us see. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vedha Parantapa. Oh, Parantapa. He is extremely, Krishna is equally sincere when he is answering. He is telling without any kind of difference of emotions. Shri Krishna answered, Many, many births before, O Arjuna, I have seen, and many times born, you too have been. The only difference is that all of them I know, but you are unaware of them, and hence don't know. I repeat it once more. It's a very interesting concept. Many, many births before, O Arjuna, I have seen, and many times born, you too have been. The only difference is that of all of them I know, but you are unaware, and hence don't know. This is the Krishna that is standing before you, has not been born only once. Krishna says, I have come, I have evolved, I have reached Krishnahood over a period of several births. And Arjuna, don't forget that you also have taken many births before. But there is a difference. This is the difference between the Nara and Narayana. Difference is Narayana is aware. Says, I remember, I am conscious of my previous births also. Arjuna, you do not know. That is the only difference. How does this beautiful wisdom that Krishna has shared, how does it relate with us? Anybody? This very fact, this talks about Punarjanma, isn't it? This cycle of life and death. It is not suddenly come out of nowhere, and it is happening again and again. How does it relate with us? Anybody? What can be the implication of this particular shloka for us in our lives? Abhaji is saying something. Is it?
Our evolution from animal as a man. We have been
Sure.
in earlier births. We may be someone else, maybe some animal, maybe some, and then we have evolved as a man or woman.
Man has evolved. I'm sorry, the voice was
Maybe in
not very
earlier
clear.
births,
Maybe in earlier
maybe in earlier
births.
birth there's someone else,
Okay,
some
so
animal. Earlier birth, some animal or some other. Then we have evolved.
okay, so we have evolved, is what Abhaji is saying. In previous
I'm
births, we were
sorry,
some.
I'm in a remote place, so maybe there is
Okay, no
connection
problem.
problem.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yes. Yes, anybody else would like to share something? What does this connect with us? What does it make? What difference does it make to us, this particular shloka?
As Krishna, sorry, as
Yes,
Krishna,
Panch.
earlier also he's mentioning, and later also karma bandhanani. So from that we can just make out that there are previous births also.
So it kind of explains, Pailji says it explains something about theory of karma, probably. This karma bandhanas, karma and consequences, they're not just vanishing, is one thing Pailji is saying. Anything else? Anybody? Nidhi, yes, please.
Isn't Krishna implicating that the physical body changes
Yeah.
and the
Yes.
soul has passed on from one to another? Only
Yes.
then the birth and death is possible because the
Yes.
self, as has been previously said, it doesn't
Yes.
die. It can't be
Yes.
cut or it can't be
Yes.
burnt or anything.
Right. So that concept of Atman is experiencing multiple births, isn't it? Different. It's like Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, or Kaumaram, Yauvanam, Jara. That was the verse that we saw. Childhood, youth, and old age. It's happening. It's not happening just once. It's happening multiple times. Krishna is saying this to Arjuna. It is happening multiple times. And what was the question, Nidhi? What were you saying? Did I get it right? Because there's a
No,
little.
you had got it right. But I think that he's like introducing us that the physical self, external is different, the internal self, the soul is different, and the physical self dies. It takes birth,
Okay.
passes through the four stages and then dies, but the
Yeah.
soul passes on because only then it's
Yes.
possible to have taken birth or death.
Right. Exactly. And there's one more interesting thing which Nidhi is sharing, which is it is, well, it looks like there is some passing on of some experiences taking place also, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is like one thing we understand that the soul is has been introduced previously to us as something like an inert existence, an existence that cannot be touched by water or fire or weapon or wind, that is so eternal and it's complete and everything. But here we see another aspect of the soul which is going through births and some evolution taking place, isn't it? Means one is a inert principle and one is something called an active principle. There are two dimensions of the soul, it appears, from what Krishna has introduced right now. That is one interesting aspect of that, which if we can look at it. So one more interesting thing is this also shows that the journey continues, isn't it? The journey is going on, whether or not we are conscious of it. Just because I do not know need not necessarily imply that it does not exist. And Krishna is right now telling Arjuna, Arjuna, even I have gone through so many experiences. That means I don't need to, Arjuna, you don't need to fret. This is just one more experience. Take it, take it. It is all adding up as if some sort of a relay is being sent on, isn't it? One after the other, one birth after the other. That is where I think one participant in the very start of the Gita class was trying to say that there is, and that individual, if he waited today, we would have seen that this is what we call the Jivatman. Krishna is talking about the Jivatman, the active principle of the Atman. The Jivatman is going through experiences, gathering experiences. Something is happening. It's almost as if like how we have nowadays we have these UPIs, isn't it? These GPTs. What are they? People are all using them, and what is happening? They're all feeding them with experience, and in the process, they're growing and amassing. If you see, just say 4 years ago, all of these programs, large language models, they were not so equipped. But today, in 4 years, they have gathered so much experience, and again, they are moving forward. Something of that sort is happening here also. The Jivatman is doing something. And one thing we can understand is the Jivatman is moving towards a higher consciousness. Probably Krishna, to reach Krishna's consciousness, had to take multiple births. Maybe Arjuna might need some more births to reach that state, but ultimately there is a forward ongoing movement taking place. That is one understanding we can have. At least that can allow us to not be so disturbed or depressed with everything that's happening around us. We can take it with a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper. Right, all right. These are experiences which are taking place, but I don't need to. But what about this fact that I have had multiple births before? Do I need to figure out all of them right now? Question is, what will happen if we figure out? Are we ready? One friend of mine, he went to some which is showing that a person will go cuckoo. Absolutely. A friend of mine in college, he had all the bad habits, but somehow he went to some program with his mother for some past life regression, some study which they were going to do. And he said it was crazy. He said he started weeping. He saw himself, is what he said. And he said his mother had cut his hand in the last birth. So I said, what are you going to do now? Are you going to take Badla? Then he started laughing. He said, no, man, but I don't really know what all that is. And he has forgotten about it. After that, he did not bother about it again. But imagine all these experiences. We don't really know. We don't know. We are not conscious. Let us at least become agnostic until we get some experience, some understanding. Whether or not it comes, just probably this is something in the Sanatan Dharma, this aspect has been understood to take place. Birth after birth, we are coming and we are again going, again coming, again going. As Shankaracharya says, Punarapi Janama, Punarapi Marana. This is happening. It is happening. Whether it is directionless or is it directional, we are yet to see. But Krishna says, I'm conscious. That's why I'm probably smiling in the most difficult situation. I'm not being frustrated. Arjuna is unconscious, so he's weeping, unaware. That is a big difference which we can see. Now, next shloka, we see introduction of the term Maya. The next shloka is there, sixth one. Ajopi san vyavayatma, ajopi san avyayatma, bhutanam ishvaropi san, prakritim swamadhisthaya, sambhavami atma mayaya. Though I am imperishable and birthless, the Lord of all beings, eternal, Krishna is directly now no holds barred. He is just revealing to Arjuna. He is saying, I am all of this. Somebody who does not believe will say, oh, what an ahankari person this person is. Krishna is saying, I am this, I am that. But there's a difference, isn't it? Krishna is saying it and Arjuna is saying it. It's like my dad can say, मैं बाप हूँ तुम्हारा. Can I say that to my father? The story is over, isn't it? If I dare to say that. And he is not saying it out of ahankar, it is an actual lived experience. So, this is what Krishna is. This aham of the Krishna here is not the ahankar of a mudhatma or of a mithyachari or of a small, incomplete human being. This is the aham, which is the same aham which the Vedic rishis are trying to realize. What they say, aham brahmasmi or soham asmi. This Vedic realization, Krishna is the possessor of it, and he speaks from that adhikara. Means there's an adhikara, isn't it? A person who has realized can speak. That is what is important. And Krishna speaks from that point of consciousness. He says, though I am imperishable and birthless, the Lord of all beings, eternal and timeless, I descend into my Maya's existence. And in nature, I bring forth my presence. So Krishna says there is this Maya is there. Now we can probably look at Maya a bit. It has been introduced to us. In this existence of Maya, also Krishna says, in this Prakriti, in this nature, divine nature, Prakriti cannot be just equated to nature, but we know. In this divine nature, there is a divinity. Krishna says, I descend into it. Though I am imperishable, though I am birthless, my birth takes place in this world also. I keep taking births. I keep entering. For what purpose? One may ask. We'll probably look at the other shlokas. But what is this Maya right now, which has been introduced? The word Maya, we've all heard it so many times. Anybody? What is Maya? Something about it.
In which you just go and you don't know ki you have a trap in that. Means
Okay, it is.
like there is one example only, Krishna and Sudama. I heard
Okay,
about this story.
okay,
I don't know.
okay, okay.
Sudama is
Yes, please. You're sharing the story, is it, Rekha ji? If it's not too long, you can share it. No problem.
no only just about this only ki that Sudama told Krishna, asked Krishna ki what is Maya. Krishna told कि अरे भूल जाओ, this is let it be, leave it like that only, just take a dip in this water and enjoy. So this Sudama take a dip in the water and he went somewhere, means
Okay.
he
He
gone
starts
somewhere.
experiencing. Yeah, he
He
gets
start
all right. So this is
experiencing.
a illusion, isn't it? We'll
This
once
is
more we will
yes.
look at this particular aspect because Maya is going to be introduced a little bit in detail.
Later.
Rekha ji is sharing a
Yes,
nice
yes.
story. We will look at it a little bit later. So it is a
Okay,
trap
okay.
and it is a trap
It's
that
a
and you don't realize it, isn't it? Okay.
yes, yes.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll tell
Yes.
you afterwards. Okay.
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
Ji.
okay.
Yes. Ji. Somebody would like to add further, is it? Anybody?
No,
Shobha? Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. Please go on. Yes, Shobhaji.
No, I didn't understand because this is he's saying that this is all illusion and I am part of the illusion.
That is interesting, isn't it? He says, in the illusion, I bring forth my presence.
I didn't understand that.
Sambhavami This is Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. In this Maya also, my entrance takes place. A divinity is there. A divinity is entering into this Maya. First, let us see what Maya is, then we'll see if it is possible to have what is this divinity? Maya is what we call a kind
Is
of an
it
illusion, a
is
trap. Okay,
Is it
Saritaji
an
wants to say
illusion of,
something.
is it
like
an
a
illusion of, sorry,
Okay, Anjali ji. Yes, please.
is
Anybody,
it
one
an
person.
illusion of creation?
So is the creation an illusion? Are you and I illusions?
No,
That's an
but
interesting question. Many people believe that most of the time Maya is sab kuch Maya hai and they don't do anything. Everything is false. This world is only an illusion, is also approached by some people. Okay, Sarita ji, and then I'll go to Anita ji. Yes, please.
is it like a cover on the soul that we cannot see the other side till that cover is
It is a
removed?
cover. It is a cover. It is a cover. It is a cover which is like a cover on our eyes, which is preventing us from realizing the truth. Yes, Sarita ji has said beautifully. It's a covering. Okay, Anita ji, you were saying something?
Sir, I felt yes, it is an illusion of the creation. I mean, we have seen Vishnu ke 10 avatar. So
Hmm.
every avatar was an illusion. I mean, if he's not dying and if our soul is continuously living, and each of the Janma that we have seen, maybe in different forms, but it's an illusion. So that way, my existence today is an illusion. If I'm not going to die, if I'm not going to take birth, but I'm just going to wear a cover of something
My
that is
fear is the
Anita for this
illusion,
life.
isn't it? But now this is a very interesting topic because Maya is a aspect which has been debated for years, if not centuries. Maya is a very interesting topic. Is the world an illusion completely? Is
I feel yes.
if the Anita ji, if the world is a complete illusion, and is it false then completely? Is the world false? Are all your
In a way,
relations
yes.
with the people, all are your relations with
Not the
everybody?
relations, but not the
Why not
relations. I mean,
relations? Their relations are part of the world, isn't it?
yes, they are. But that is a temporary phase. Just like you are going to go from infant to adulthood to
Yes.
old age. So there is a relationship age. So in this particular time, this relationship with this particular person will work. It's a time thing. But it's not a
So,
perfect with somebody's
is
death it goes.
it falsehood? Is it falsehood to dismiss illusion is not real, isn't it? My
Illusion
relation
is
with
an illusion to
my
think it is true, no?
yeah, yes,
Illusion is the very fact is that we think what we are
okay,
seeing is true.
fine, fine. Anita ji, fair point, fair point. Yes, Jay ji is adding something to what Anita ji is saying.
Yeah, I think it's also a limitation of the English language in a way. So illusion is like a mirage; it does not exist at all. Whereas if it's a veil that changes
Yes,
the way you perceive what is there, then it
yes.
doesn't mean that there's nothing on the other side.
Yes, yes, it is like a mirage. And there's a very beautiful, there's this Tarkavad on the illusion. Great yogis have spoken about it. One says, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. What is the perspective has to be understood. Somebody can say, I'm absolutely disillusioned with your organization. Like a participant specifically called me and you are doing full Satyanash. Now, that is his reality for him, that is the reality, isn't it? But it could be something else. But the highest reality is there. From that perspective, truth is one. There's also another Sri Aurobindo's words. Jagadapi Brahma Satyam na Mithya. Means there is also a truth. What is that truth? We will have to see. As of now, Krishna has told that there is something Maya. Maya is like a mirage. We can take it as JG has said, a kind of a veil that is preventing us from seeing glasses like having tinted glasses. Now the world will appear according to those glasses only, isn't it? It is something like that. So our experiences are sometimes hidden. But in spite of this hidden world, in the world where everything is, there is an illusion. In that, the light of truth somehow shines through. Somehow the divinity descends. Krishna says, I keep coming into this divinity of in the world, my divinity comes. Even if this is a Mayavi world, even if there is Maya in this world, my divinity enters into it. This is where
So
he
can't you
introduces. Yes, Anjali ji. Yeah.
so can't you refer to the material world as Maya? And if you lift that veil of Maya, you can reach spiritual awakening?
Yes, but
Or
now what is the spirit? Is there a spiritual world which is different from the material world? Or if you
no,
relive the
no, it is a
Maya from
higher
in,
state. No, it's a higher state of consciousness.
but in
So
that same world, isn't it? Because a lot of there is this. If you see this, two schools of thoughts are there. One school of thought tells us to leave the world only because this is Maya. We don't need to do anything. Arjuna need not even take part in the battle because it's not necessary. But if we see Krishna's Gita, he is now making him enter into the Mayavi world to function because probably there is some reason. There could be absolutely no reason, there could be a reason. Krishna says there is a reason I am coming into this world for a purpose. My entrance takes place here. And here we see the concept of Avataarhood being introduced. Why is this happening? Probably that might also give us a reason why we are going through multiple births, then, isn't it? It becomes a big question mark. We don't understand sometimes. What is the purpose? Why am I going through these cycles? And that becomes a little clearer in the next two shlokas. These are some of the most famous shlokas of the Gita. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. At all times, when righteousness is at its wane, O child of light, whenever there is a reign of darkness and pain, when injustice and entropy blares on the human side, my avatar descends into the mortal realm to turn the tide. And once more, we'll just look at it. At all times when righteousness is at its wane, O child of light, whenever there is a reign of darkness and pain, when injustice and entropy blares on the human side, my avatar descends into the mortal realm to turn the tide. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati Bharat. Oh Arjuna, oh child of Bharat, oh child of light, oh seeker of light. Every time there are moments when, in Marathi, glani means a kind of sleep. It's when there is world is suddenly, it is like it is lost. The Dharma appears to be hidden. There seems to be no righteousness at all. At all those times, my avatar enters to turn the tide. Why does he do it? Let us see in the next shloka. Paritrāṇāya sadhūnāṃ vināṣāya ca dushkratāṃ dharma samsthapanarthāya sambhavami yuge yuge. For the deliverance of the good who are oppressed, to obliterate all the world's evil that has coalesced, to once more coronate the kingdom of right, epoch after epoch, I manifest my light. This is every time this avatar's descent has been taking place. Like it's almost as if it's a cyclic pattern. It keeps happening. For what? Well, it's almost as if all the evil is now growing. It reaches a particular stage, then it feels like it's too dark. Nothing can happen. And in the darkest moment, there is a light. And in that moment only, you're welcoming the dawn. And then the new start begins. A new day begins. A new consciousness is born. This is what happens, and the avatar comes in this period. What is the reason? To uplift what is right, to take the world towards the right path. My question now comes to the very concept of Avataarhood. Is this all just a game continuously happening in cycles without any purpose? Are we all just some kind of, you know, entities which are just byproducts or not so important products in this game of what Krishna? Is there no direction to this game? Is it just meaningless and directionless? Or there must be some direction, isn't it? Logically, it feels there should be some direction, but it does look like it's quite pointless and directionless on the surface. Well, this is Maya, which prevents us from realizing the direction. Let us just look at the Avataarhood itself. We have heard of Dasha Avatar, isn't it? Anybody? Have you heard of the Dasha Avatar? Can we not just look at the avatars only? In a way, it looks all crazy. All these avatars are how on earth is what is this? What you don't understand the logic behind these avatars also. Every time something is going to happen, every time asuras are only going to become strong, asuras are going to dominate, then something's bad is going to happen, then the hero is going to come save us. Then again the cycle. It appears to be directionless. But just if we consciously look at the very system of the avatars, it's very interesting. Can we not look at, I think we have 5 minutes. We'll probably look at the concept of avatarhood, all the avatars one by one, in short, without looking at the story. Can somebody name what is the first avatar in the Dasha avatar system?
Matsya,
Malsyam,
Matsya
Matsya,
avatar. Matsya
Matsya,
avatar, isn't it?
Kurma,
So, Matsya avatar. Matsya in the sense, what is Matsya?
fish,
Fish.
Fish.
in
Fish. It
water,
is a fish. One of the first life forms on Earth. Which form was
in
it?
water,
And
in
water,
water.
isn't it? Aquatic. So the first life forms were aquatic. The first avatar appears to be Matsya. What comes after Matsya?
Kurma,
No.
Kurma.
Kurma,
Yeah?
Kurma,
Kurma
Kurma.
avatar.
The voice is breaking. I'm sorry.
Kurma.
Kurma avatar.
Kurma avatar, isn't it? Kurma is
Tortoise.
land and water,
tortoise.
tortoise.
Somebody said
Amphibious.
land and
Amphibious.
water. Amphibious,
Amphibious.
isn't it? Evolution took place from aquatic to next level was
Amphibious.
amphibious, isn't
Jungle.
it? Absolutely. So next, after the Matsya, we can see as kind of movement, forward movement in amphibious. So Matsya, Kurma. After Kurma,
Vara,
Varaha.
Varaha,
Varaha avatar. How is Varaha?
big
Boar.
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 The boar.
Terrestrial, isn't it?
boar.
Yes. Yes, the next moment has come now. Dwelling on land, no more requiring on water. Water is not required at all. The next avatarhood step is another leap. It is towards the terrestrial. So it is Varaha avatar. What happened? What was after Varaha?
Narasimha.
Narasimha.
Narasimha. Is it man or is it animal? Because animal consciousness is now gone. Terrestrial animals are found. And next, what is Narasimha? Is it human?
Transition. Transition from man to from
Yes.
animal to
Mammal.
Animal, half human, isn't it? Nara and
yes.
Simha, both together. So that is one more beautiful upgradation taking place. What happens after Narasimha?
Vaman,
Vaman
Vaman.
avatar.
Vaman avatar. Is it a full man or prototype of a man? Dwarf man,
Dwarf.
isn't
Prototype.
it?
The dwarf.
Yes. Yes, isn't it? The next avatar, it is Vaman avatar. What happens after Vaman avatar?
is it
Parshuram.
Parshuram?
Parshurama.
Parashurama, the He-Man, they are complete. One avatar, next avatar is. And how was Parashurama? Quite
He's like
aggressive,
a
isn't it?
one-man army.
Oh yeah, one man army. Agratas chaturo veda prishtatah sharasandhanu idam brahmam idam shatram shapadapi sharadapi. Meaning, I'll, I'll slay, I'll destroy all those who are opposing the truth. How will I slay? He says, I'll slay with my weapons, I'll slay with my curses also. Shapadapi Sharadapi. They are equally powerful, is what he's that what we can say. He's a child of Jamadagni only. So himself having the fire tendency. Yes. So that is Parashurama. Next evolution has taken place.
Buddh,
After
Rama.
Parashurama.
Rama.
Rama.
Buddh,
Rama.
Buddh,
Sri
Buddh
Rama.
or
How is Sri Rama?
Rama.
Is he
Rama.
like exactly like Parashurama?
No.
Exact opposite.
Ramachandra, Sri Ramachandra, he is Kripalu, he is so what we can say, Maryada Purushottama, never getting angry, except some of the rare moments, even Sri Rama had to show sometimes, isn't it? He had to show that do not test my patience. I can drain the ocean also if necessary. I am not doing it. But it was all about restraint, isn't it? Completely. If you see, Sri Rama's avatar is what we can say, Sri Aurobindo has nicely said, the ideal man. He has tried to establish what we call Ram Rajya, isn't it? The principles, the ideals, stand by your words. all followers. The children, I am going to stand by my words. I'm going to stand by the words I've been given. I'm going to respect everybody and I will do it. Why is he doing it? To establish the foundation, to lay the constitution of a Ram Rajya. Why is a constitution necessary? Anybody?
Sorry, sir, your question?
Why is the constitution necessary? Why is a constitution necessary?
You need some
Keep us
framework
on
for a
track.
society to function.
Yes, for society, isn't it? So for society's sake, he had to make so many sacrifices. Less like our country had a constitution, it had to be created first. There were laws, they were all made. But my question is, were the laws that were all made sufficient?
No.
No.
Not at all, isn't it? They had to be changed. So the constitution has to be formed, otherwise there's anarchy. But that is not sufficient. Then there is amendments are required. Sri Rama's work was not complete. I mean, Sri Rama completed his work. He achieved everything that he wanted to. But yet there was a need for the next avatar. Who is after Sri Rama?
Krishna.
Krishna. How is Krishna avatar contrasting with Sri Rama?
Yes.
Quite a bit, isn't it? Here, one is Ekapati Vrata. He's like, I'll have one wife only. He says another thing. He says that I am going to stand by words. Krishna also has not broken the words, but he has told you don't become so rigid with your words that you forget what is the purpose of the word. Means in the constitution of our country also, there's something called spirit of the law. Advocates will understand. The spirit of the law is very important. If the law is not functioning to uphold the spirit of the law has to be either amended or altogether scrapped. That is what is necessary. So lots of laws which are obsolete are removed. Krishna was doing something. Well, can anybody recollect all the leelas performed by Sri Rama? Direct, open leelas, very little, isn't it? He worked hard. He was like, I'm not going to work on the level, I'm going to work on the level of the mental consciousness only. Whatever tarka of the mental logic, people have to understand. Not that he was not powerful. We must not engage in, sometimes it's a very unnecessary, as if it's some kind of wrestling competition. My avatar is better. I like this avatar because he's more powerful. There's no fights between each of them. Each came with a different purpose, each did what they had to. So Sri Rama had to work with the mass of the mental logic of the world and give them direction. Sri Krishna had a different purpose. He had to work on the higher mind. Sri Aurobindo calls it the overmind. He says he's an avatar of the overmind, over mental consciousness, where all these leelas, so many taking place continuously. For what purpose again? For the truth, for the establishment of truth. Don't get so rigid. One is teaching the value of words, but don't let your personal attachment to the word make you forget the higher truth. That is what Krishna was teaching. Another level of consciousness was risen by Krishna. He talked about some higher experiences. Then comes the next avatar. There are many classifications. We'll go by the one Sri Aurobindo has talked about. It is Buddha avatar after Sri Krishna. Buddha is also considered a part of our Sanatan fold. Why do you think? What is it that next? What is it that Buddha achieved? Did he work like Krishna with Leelas?
No, inner self.
Yes.
He paid more attention to the inner self.
Yes. Yes, it was like one individual directly merging and becoming extinct into a nirvana. No? It's like he sees the world as disturbed. You see how Prince Gautama sees the suffering. He says, I don't like death. I don't understand this. Death is not something I recognize. Death is not something I accept. I cannot accept this. I cannot accept that man cannot realize and become divine completely. I have to understand what it is. I have to seek that. And that was what the Buddha did. He attained his realization. So one individual can quickly become one. That is the next avatar, we can say. A different type of evolution was there in Buddha. What happens after Buddha then? Is the avatarhood complete?
No, Kalki avatar.
Still ahead of
Kalki
us.
avatar. Yes. So how did Kalki avatar come? Or he's not yet come?
No.
Not yet.
Yes, and not yet come. And so if you look at the avatarhood's stages, each one is doing something, isn't it? Which is a paradigm is being broken. One paradigm is broken by an avatar. Whether or not we fully understand it, this interesting thing is happening, and it's almost like each one is passing on the baton. So according to Sanatan Dharma, even the Buddha avatar, there is not has not means it's not directionless, isn't it? There is some movement, some forward movement taking place, whether we fully agree or fully understand or fully experience, that's a different thing. But if you look at it from the outer surface, even without studying the story of the avatars, the very principle itself shows an evolution. So these births of the avatars are also taking forward that evolution. We too are going through that journey. Now comes the next avatar or the final avatar, which everybody is waiting. It's Kalki avatar. There was in one session there was a battle going on, and not a battle, literal one, a debate whether he is going to come on a white horse or is he going to come on a black horse. My question is, it does not matter if he comes on a cruiser bike also. It does not matter what is the work that he is going to do. That is important. That is important. So the next stage we have noted, there are different theories, there are different granthas talking about what the next avatar is going to do. We will have to, if we are lucky, maybe we might experience what it is in this world. Some have said that this avatar is going to break the paradigm of avatarhood also. From single avatar to it might be multiple avatars. And I think I feel that really resonates with me because I feel sudden awakening of consciousness can take place in multiple parts of the world. We've heard about viral moments these days, isn't it? They're all becoming more and more. But they're mostly for very unnecessary things, like right from those ice bucket challenges to suddenly everybody's crazily throwing buckets of ice on their own head and water. So many different unnecessary things are getting viral, but it's at least showing certain potential and possibility. Just as how anarchy is also can be spread, maybe a divine awakening can also happen. If we are lucky, we might actually see it. It would be interesting. Maybe that might be the outcome. That's just a theory. But this
Isn't
is
the
the purpose. Yes, Anjali ji?
sorry, excuse me. No, isn't the Satya Yuga supposed to begin with his appearance, the Kalki avatar?
Yes, some people have said already Satya Yuga started. We are not aware of it. We do not know. Will not know. Let us just understand that this much, that yes, there is some direction. Our experiences of life are not meaningless, and we too, no matter what, we are also significant. We are not insignificant because something is happening in this world where the divine is working something between this whatever Maya is happening. There also the avatar is intervening to bring about some transformation. He has created this Srishti for a purpose that probably we'll have to see. But as of now, I think we just stop at the shloka number
What
8, or we
what
look
ab-
at one shloka. One
can I
shloka
ask
number
one
9.
question? Can I ask one
Okay.
question?
Okay, then we stop at shloka 8 and we'll stop at. Yes,
What
yes, Saritaji.
what about saints like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all that? This revolution again, Jagannath Swami. This is present day, matlab
Yeah.
deity is Jagannath
There are
Swami.
so many vibhutis of the divine, isn't it? When we talk about avatars, this is a general classification of Dasha avatar. There
Mm,
are people who are saying there are Ashtadasha avatar. There can
mm,
be any classification. We just looked at the symbol. Where divinity is going to manifest in so many ways. This does not have to be manifest only in these many ways. And there is divinity in people in other cultures also, no? Isn't it? Whether or not we are aware. In Africa also, there they may not have a different type of they may not have exact principles which are very similar to what we understand, but you go a little deeper, you will see that the divinity is everywhere. Mystics, shamans, all of them are somehow connecting with something. What it is, we will see. So I think if I've answered the question, we'll just complete the shloka because I think the ninth shloka will be a apt conclusion of our discussion. Why should we know about the divinity or the presence of divinity? Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mame tisorjuna. He who understands my birth divine and knows the ways of my divine works, after death his consciousness merges into mine, and he relapses not into the cycle of endless births. Krishna says this endless cycles of Punarapi Janama, Punarapi Marana. The repeated loops, a person can find an escape from this loop just by a full conscious realization of, he says, Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam, my divinity, my birth, which is divine. He who is able to understand, who is able to understand the karma, the divine karma which is taking place in the world. This simple realization also can liberate a person. How can knowledge liberate? Well, knowledge only liberates. My friend went through a Punarapi Janama, Punarapi Marana cycle, 5 relationships in 4 years of engineering college. Every time something is happening, something is happening. Finally, he got mukti when he got realization that I cannot keep blaming the other person. It was like later on he realized that this pattern is something, maybe something I have to work here on the inside rather than blaming on the outside. And that liberated him. Well, the realization of the divine itself liberates us. Smaran of the divine, understanding of the divine, and the functioning of the divine in this world. Imagine if you recognize the functioning of the divine in everyday life. This problem is going on in my society. I'm not having peace of mind. Oh, the divine is working in this problem. All right. Okay. Maybe I'll just become a little more patient. Let me see. Just some more till I'll have faith, some more patience. And then you're able to patiently look at that issue for 4 months without getting cranky, without getting frustrated. Well, you are already liberated from that problem. And suddenly, because you are not getting frustrated, other members of the society are coming and saying, see, this person is doing something right. Let's go and listen. Isn't that just a simple freedom, a simple release? There are so many such loops we get trapped into in our life. Many times we say every day a new birth, every night there's a death, birth, death, it keeps on happening, but we don't realize and we don't get mukti. We keep carrying the same cycles. Just becoming conscious of the divine liberates is what Krishna is saying. That is why there are so many mantras of various aradhyas. Like for Dattatreya, how do they say? It is like Atri Putro Mahatejo Dattatreyo Mahamuni Tasya Smarana Matrena Sarva Pape Vimunchate. How can Smaran prevent you? You remember God is present, why will you do wrong? So, like that, this aspect, Krishna says, Arjuna, recognize this world, though it may look undivine, it may look crazy, though it may look horrible, senseless and pointless, understand it is not senseless. There is a divine which is working, but the problem is there is something called Maya. He is going to introduce more to us about Maya. But that Maya prevents us from realizing the covert divinity that is working behind the wheel of things. What are the actions that are taking place? That is not visible. For that, we need to become little awakened or little calm and peaceful. Then probably we can see things which is beyond what is on the surface also. So I think with this, we are ready to conclude our session today. If anybody wishes to ask or share something, you're welcome, or we'll just look at the take-home points and we will conclude. Yes, please. Anybody? Any take-home points for everybody? Yes, please, Anitaji.
So we talked about Maya or the illusion of
Yes.
it. We also got introduced to avatars and how whatever knowledge you are getting now is not present. This has come to you in a cyclic many yugos se pehle, like it has been passed down from the sun to
Okay.
Ishvaku to all that. It has come down, and just like I have come through so many births or rebirths, you have also come through so many rebirths. But I remember my rebirths, and you do not remember the rebirths. Uh, I think
Okay.
these were some of my takeaway points.
All right, Anitaji. Yes, thank you for that. So that is one important principle. It's so different between Nara and Narayana is so simple. Nara is not aware, Nara is unconscious, Narayana is aware, Narayana is conscious. Yes, Kalaji is saying something.
I take away divine confusion with me.
Divine confusion. Divine confusion of
The whole thing.
Everything, it
Life
is full. It's
existence
sub.
itself.
Okay, yeah, and we do not know yet Arjuna whether Arjuna is resonating the same way. Is Arjuna again going to snap at Krishna afterwards, actually? Because we have seen Arjuna saying, I don't understand. And his explanation is not that Krishna, I didn't understand this point. He says, I don't understand your subject only. Like the geography teacher is teaching geography, I don't understand something, it can be explained. He says, I don't understand geography only. What are we going to do? But we'll see. But this is, it is actually, as Kalaji has rightly said, these are all our attempts at understanding something which is beyond just mental logic. We have to just try to grasp, and it's all right. It is all right. It is. It could be chaotic. It could be crazy, and at the same time, behind chaos, chaos also has orderliness, isn't it? Is anybody aware of that? Yes. Like entropy has an equation, no? For entropy also. Something of that. There's a chaos theory. The chaos mathematicians have found the equation for chaos. So chaos is also obeying an equation. So let us see what it is. As of now, Krishna is overloading Arjuna with certain concepts. Arjuna is, we do not know if he's ready to hear it, whether he's prepared. One thing is certain, Arjuna has forgotten his immediate depression. He's like, okay, something in Krishna has kept him. It's like children are sometimes given toys, no? And then they keep playing with the toys and then they forget their personal issues. It's something like that. Krishna has given something to play, whether it is Maya or it is the Krida of Krishna or it is a chance to participate in his Leela. We have to see. We have to see that. So I think with this, we conclude with Shanti Mantra, unless anybody wishes to add something. All right, let's conclude. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् हरि ओम तत्सत् कृष्ण वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमस्कार पुनर्मिलामः we see you tomorrow let's continue yes please
Thank you.
thank you
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
thank you
Hare